Alright, hello everybody. Today I wanted to talk about energy, meditation, the mind, thoughts, how it all is connected. For a while in my studies, I was a little bit, confused. I didn't understand, why evocation, why meditation was an important practice for that. What does the mind have to do with the spirit? And I was having a very hard time connecting things, right? Now, I am autistic, so for me, everything has to be formed in not what am I trying to say? It has to make sense to me, okay? That's just the best way of putting it. It has to make sense to me. And until I have a general understanding of how something works, I won't be able to perform that action. I need to know how it works and why it is working that way. And, why I'm going to do this action. How does that help? And, until I understand that, I really can't move forward. And that's just how I'm built as a person. And, for a while, early on, I was very confused. Number one, chakra practices, meditation, visualization. And I've made plenty of videos on here about those. But I haven't really gotten to meditation, so I'm getting into that today. Now, what I've come to understand, and I can back this up, with modern science, is thoughts are quite literally energy in motion within your brain. And in my understanding, the soul is the generator of certain thoughts. And once the brain is, capable and old enough, understands enough, has its own basic theories to make thoughts from, it will start to generate thoughts on its own. Okay? It's like, for example, the soul would be the human on the back of the horse, right? And the mind would be the horse. Just because I'm operating the horse doesn't mean that the horse doesn't operate itself. I am tagging along for the ride, and I'm able to tell the mind where to go and what to do. But the mind still needs tending to from the soul. And if you aren't tending to it, the mind isn't going to get very far. Or it's going to run away from you to get things that it thinks it needs. Right? If the mind is not happy, it's not going to work with you very well. And this is where meditation comes into play. Meditation is very important. The mind will automatically, because it wants to survive. The human body, the human mind is built to thrive, built to survive, and if there is a way, if there is something that it has connected to survival, it will give you thoughts based on that. If it connects for some reason being self-defeated with has some sort of benefit, okay, we'll say it that way. has some sort of benefit to your survival, say, in a job, you will get thoughts based off of that. You will start getting very depressing thoughts, very self-defeative thoughts. Maybe you should be quiet, you shouldn't speak up, yada yada yada. And the brain does this by itself. Every now and then, you need to tug back at the reins of the mind and kind of bring it back into composure. Now, what meditation does is it takes what is, in essence, say the ocean. When the ocean has a storm occur, waves start getting really bad. You start getting like tsunami level waves. They're just fucking flowing in and flipping boats. When the mind is chaotic, it's very hard to operate. You cannot sense energy as well when your mind is just non-stop throwing energy all over the place in a chaotic mess, right? So you need to meditate in order to silence the mind, silence the energy, so you can therefore be better at harnessing your own energy, listening, feeling, and sensing. And meditation is just the very start. There are plenty more outlets in which you can get better at sensing energy or manipulating energy. But it starts with the mind, always. It always starts with a mental exercise, with a visualization technique. The mind's also a tool for which the soul has a body to create energy itself, to manipulate energy, to make things occur. The mind is a tool, but then in ways the mind can use the soul as a tool as well. It's a symbiotic relationship in ways. But again, thoughts are just energy. If you were to look it up, say you wanted to learn on it scientifically, right? They can see thought. I forget what they do. It's not an MRI, I don't think, but it's something like it. Like a CAT scan type deal, but not a CAT scan. So they look at your brain, and they can see when certain parts of the brain glow different colors, and they can track that quote-unquote thought, okay, energy, transferring from one part of the brain to another. So that thought is moving around in the brain. That energy is moving around in the brain and essentially coming from the soul to the brain, then, operating with the body in order to come out in words or actions. And it all boils down to thought is just energy. So you want to take control of that energy in order to start your magical practice, in order to start your evocation practices, to communicate with spirits. They are going to have to take the reins of the mind as well in order to communicate with you. So you have to be able to share the mind. You have to be able to quiet the mind so that you can hear them. It's like having your friend jump on your horse, but every time you try to jump on your horse bucks at him. How is your friend supposed to get on the horse if every time the horse is kicking at him when he tries to get on? There's not going to be that link. The person isn't even going to be able to get on the horse. AKA, the spirit won't be able to interact with you using your mind if it's chaotic. you won't hear anything. You won't get connected to the spirit. So, meditation is very important. Energy work, everything. Magic. Meditation is important in just life in general. And I hope that I did well in explaining my perspective. Excuse me. And possibly even helping you maybe understand energy or meditation or how it works. Maybe that helps you. Peace.